What's up, Copy Squad? So, headline: urgent, unique, useful, ultra specific. All right, so this is almost like become sort of like, it's not even like a suggestion, it's almost like a demand. The eyebrow almost always has credibility. Two Nobel Prize economists predicted this once in a generation wealth shift. Will you be left behind? A terrifying new trend is creating thousands of new millionaires. Barron's estimates 20,000 to 200,000 so far, while at the same time destroying the financial future for many others. So what's really cool is they have a claim with proof immediately placed directly after it. And I almost see like the matrix of legal kind of jumping out at me. Like my legal team, I just went over my first promo with them. And this was like one of the things they wanted me to do was like, well, if you're going to say it mints millionaires, remember we did my resource letter? I said it mints millionaires. They said, well, yeah, well, we need you to put like something right after it saying that so-and-so says that. So I can kind of see it hitting me right here in the face. So it's kind of one of those things where the copywriter decided to do this on their own just to put proof right after a claim, or maybe it was actually like a result of having a legal compliance team where proof was forced into the back end of the claim, and I think it just works. So we don't really know. We can just kind of see that it's there. But I think that's kind of cool. The more insight you get, the more you start to think, like, did this happen because he meant to? Or was it kind of like an accident for having like a legal team or something like that, right? So I think that's kind of cool. You won't get that insight unless you're like in the trenches doing the work. Is it urgent, unique, useful, and ultra specific? Is it urgent? Hell yeah, it's urgent. Will you be left behind? This is the ultimate FOMO headline. We just basically could just say, you will be left out. Don't miss out. Fear of missing out, right? So it's definitely urgent. Is it unique? So it's very much on the nose unique. It uses a classic new sort of language here where we've got, once in a generation wealth shift, right? Obviously something new and big. So if it's once in a generation, then obviously it's unique. That means you probably haven't seen this in your lifetime. Is it useful? So I gave it, because a terrifying new trend is creating thousands of new millionaires, while at the same time destroying the financial future of many others. So the usefulness, it's useful in that it teases some usefulness to come. It doesn't tell me there's a benefit right here in the headline, right? So that's kind of like one of those, a little bit of a gray area, but it does beg you to read, right? Like, or it begs to be read because like you want to know which side of that are you going to be on. It creates, that's a really cool A-B dynamic right here in the headline. I'm going to draw an arrow because I can't read anything in this gray background. Cool A-B, either or. You know what? I think that's something Big E talks about in his book, 16-Word Sales Letter. The either or fallacy, I think he called it. So that might be, either or dynamic. I think that's what it's called, right? The fallacy, the either or fallacy. So it's either you're either making a million or you're going flat broke, right? So that's a cool little thing embedded right here in the headline. So is it ultra specific? Kind of, maybe, because we're saying that it's creating thousands of new millionaires. We put an actual number to that, and we put a credible source to it. And then we've also got two Nobel Prize economists. So I guess so. But I usually tie the specificity to something with the benefit. And there's not really a benefit in here unless you look at the either or fallacy within it and consider that your benefit. Like you have a choice to be on one of these sides, which I think is kind of a cool thing, right? Let me ask you guys up front. All right, so Clayton Makepeace checklist. God rest his soul. So first thing, grab eyeballs. Definitely very eyeball grabbing. There's FOMO right out of the gate, and the FOMO triggers, like if you're not in this, you're out, and you're going to go, your financial future is going to be destroyed. So cool. Credibility, yeah, absolutely. In the eyebrow, it's become a total, I don't want to call it cliche, it's like standard operating procedure at this point now. The eyebrow should have some sort of element of credibility, although I have seen the eyebrow be used for urgency as well, but lots and lots and lots of credibility. To be honest, I think urgency is on its way, kind of on its way out. The big hits, the ones that scale, I might put my foot right in my mouth, but I don't think I've seen a lot of like urgent dates like at the top. And I do know from experience, again, these are things you start to catch on if you're in this industry, if you're in the trenches, the ad networks will simply block you out, right? Like you can't put like a countdown timer on the first page off of a Facebook ad, or you'll probably get booted off the network, or they'll shut it down, because it's really haphazard with them a little bit. Like they're all over the place. I think depending on the ad network, it's always different based on what I know. All right. Peace out. Cubby Squad.